Hello everyone, this is Maurizio, editor-in-chief of Embedded.com, and welcome to Embedded World. Today I am at Embedded World North America in Austin, showing in Austin, Texas, United States. And I had the pleasure to be here today with Steve Tateosian, Senior Vice President, IoT Compute Wireless at Infineon. Hi Steve, how is it going?
Hi, very well, thank you.
Thanks a lot for this opportunity to interview you. So I have a couple of topics to share with you, a couple of questions, but before that, tell us more about you. Please introduce yourself. Give me a little bit of your background, how, in particular, the role at into specific at Infineon.
Yeah, so I run the microcontroller product line at Infineon, responsible for IoT and industrial microcontrollers. So covering a wide range of applications, including consumer devices, including emerging IoT devices with a focus on machine learning, which I think we're going to talk about in more depth today, as well as our industry-leading portfolio around capacitive and inductive sensing, and then also an incremental focus on industrial microcontrollers for motor control, power conversion applications.
Great. So we are at Embedded World. So what news, what key technologies, solutions Infineon is showcasing today in these 3 days at Embedded World?
Yeah, so we do have a wide range of different demonstrations here from Infineon. Just to mention a couple that are close to my product line, we have our new PSOC control microcontroller being demonstrated actually right here behind me, doing dual motor control for robotic applications. And then we also have our new PSOC Edge microcontrollers on demonstration here as well, demonstrating a range of machine learning capabilities. Specifically what we have set up here is using radar for gesture recognition.
So let's talk about the new PSOC Edge family microcontroller, PSOC Edge family of microcontrollers. So may you provide an overview of these microcontrollers and explain how they are optimized for machine learning application in IoT industrial devices. Just talking about machine learning, it's a fresh news of today, the Nobel Prize for physicists for their invention that enable machine learning. And also about back to PSOC Edge family microcontroller features in terms of security against threats.
Okay, so let me start with an overview of the products themselves. So what we are developing is a broad, scalable portfolio of microcontrollers targeting a range of applications. They're based on Cortex M55 paired with an Ethos U55 neural net coprocessor. In the high performance domain. We also have a low power domain on these devices, which consists of a Cortex M33 paired with a proprietary Infineon neural net coprocessor called NN Lite. And the way that these things work together is really in a typical kind of IoT application, let's say for voice, is very low power capability, enabling either audio event detection, for example, in the low power mode, or even the speech onset detection before waking up the main processor and the Ethos U55 neural net processor for example, natural language recognition. So a wide range of capabilities on the device, whether that be for voice or vision applications. On the machine learning side. And I think we're going to talk more about the tools and the software in a minute. So I want to move to the security aspect of this as well. So what we see in the industry is an uplift of security requirements for embedded. These devices are, we worked across the industry and specifically with ARM and the PSA organization to up-level the security standards for the industry. So these devices are the first PSA level 4 certifiable microcontrollers in the market. This enables not just the, I'll say the classical embedded security, but both physical and logical protection, what I would say in an easy to use manner.
You mentioned tools, so how are you supporting developers in their projects?
Yeah, so we provide a development environment that we call Modus Toolbox. Within Modus Toolbox are a range of development tools and, of course, software support for our products. Specifically, if we look at machine learning, Infineon acquired a company called Imagimob about a year and a half ago now, with a full end-to-end machine learning tool suite that is now integrated into Modus Toolbox and supports our and offers support across our PSOC microcontrollers family. That tool itself, from a developer support perspective, what I think is unique in the industry is that it really enables developers to enter in and exit from the development flow wherever they are in their design. So, for example, if they already have a model that they've created themselves in their own DevOps flow, it's straightforward to bring that model into Modus Toolbox, for example, and then get it onto the target MCU from Infineon. At the other extreme, customer may not have any engagement so far with machine learning, and they may need to start with data collection, for example. And these tools can be used for data collection, data labeling, model creation, model pruning, and optimization, all the way through getting it onto the target device. So really being able to meet the customer where they are, or the developer where they are, is, I think, a key aspect of this. And then, of course, getting a great high-quality model that runs within a constrained form factor of an MCU is critical as well.
So may you elaborate a little bit about the benefits for human-machine interface applications with this PSOC family?
So that's a great question. So we see a lot of uses, and I mentioned the voice use case earlier, where we can use these devices, or developers can use these devices to really lower that barrier of human-machine interface, or what we call as like friction-free interface, where the devices that embed these types of products become more contextually aware, so perhaps are interacting with the user in a proactive way instead of waiting for a command, whether that command come from a physical interaction or through voice. So some examples of that might be with radar knowing who is in the room in a private way, or knowing what the user intent is based on their history in an environment. It may be setting specific usage profiles or controls, for example, on the oven in your kitchen. You know, it may say, okay, it's the child, don't allow them to turn the oven on, or it's an adult, it's okay to turn the oven on. And those things would all happen, I'll say, in the background, because these devices can become contextually aware. The other piece that I'll mention here from an HMI perspective is the low power capabilities on these products. So it enables really sophisticated machine learning capabilities, not just to be run on the edge, but to be run on the edge and powered by a battery, so in a really portable way. And as I think most of us are aware, that today the reality is, whether it's running, the machine learning is running in the cloud or on an edge device that's battery powered, those devices that are battery powered are required to be charged at a minimum of once a day. And I think we're going to really change the paradigm on that with these PSOC Edge microcontrollers.
Great. So my last question, Steve. So looking forward, looking for the next future, which advancement, next enhancements, so we can expect from Infineon in the field of machine learning enabled microcontrollers, so for IoT industrial market. So what's next news?
Well, without pre-announcing any new products, I can say that there is a trend coming, and the capability is coming fast for generative AI on the edge. So no need to run a huge model in a cloud to enable generated content locally on a device.
Great. Thanks a lot, Steve. Thanks a lot for joining me in this interview. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. It's my pleasure.